Hey, what's going on everybody? I'm back. I got another review for you. Today we're going to be taking a look at this guy, the headphone amplifier from FIFINE technology. This is the N6. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Alright, so we've got this FIFINE N6 headphone amplifier. Now, it's not just a standard headphone amplifier like I use to drive these different sets of headphones I've got on my desk. This is a actual splitter. So in the box, you've just got some packaging, a thank you card, and a user's manual. Not a huge deal. And then you've got the device right here. Let's get it out. It's not super big, but as you can tell by the control knobs, you've got 4 headphone outputs on here. So you've got 1 input and then 4 outputs. Now this thing is metal. You could probably put this in a sock and bludgeon somebody to death with it. It's very well made, very solid construction. But let's go ahead and talk about it. Let me put this all away here. All right, now this FIFINE N6 works super well as it's intended. You've got your input and then your 4 outputs. So as long as your source, what you're running your output into your input on here, has a level adjustment, you'll be just fine. However, I noticed that for devices that don't, like my Phonos preamp on my turntable, it had a lot of distortion. There's nothing I could do to counteract that. So no matter where I had the knobs at, nothing like that, I was just getting tons and tons and tons of distortion, which was really unfortunate, but such is the nature of the beast with something that's, you know, an actual audio device that's fairly high end. So this guy right here has an impedance of 47 kilo ohms, and it also has a max level of 16 plus 16 dBu. Now, what does that mean? Well, certain audio devices have a much higher output. So if you're running an input and you're running it at, like, let's say plus 40 dB, what is going to end up happening, it's just going to clip, which is the situation I have with my turntable and my phono stage. However, if you have something that has an assignable, volume knob to adjust that, all a knob on any of your devices is just a freaking potentiometer that just regulates the voltage out. That's all it really does. So if you can adjust that, you're good. Now, I could get super crazy and put internal resistors and everything and get it all down, or run it through a headphone amplifier to dip the level down, something that can accommodate the sensitivity if I really wanted to run it that way, but we're just talking about this. So let's go ahead and show you how it all works. It's really straightforward. I've got my patch cable right here, whoop, coming out of the computer. Plug it in, plug in my power, and just like that, the device has a little red indicator on it right there. Yeah, there you go. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So now the cool thing about this N6 is I can actually A/B headphones on the fly without having to switch. Now I could do that on my Steinberg UR242. I just have to run something from the output. It's a little bit of a pain, but now I can actually comprehensively do A/B for the same levels. So I've got my HD Jubilee 580Xs, which, if you know, these are mass drops. There's some headphones they were hawking. These I love the sound of. These are actually really close as far as sound quality and how hard they are to drive to the HD 660S. And then I have some notoriously difficult to drive AKG Q701s right here. Now these have been through the ringer. They're a little bit old, a little bit clunky, but they still sound great and they work. So on the FIFINE, I have the HD 58Xs as my reference point. The knob on the FIFINE's at about the 10 o'clock position, and they're at a reasonable level. So you can hear that. Okay, so we'll go ahead and set those down, and then we'll bring these up to the same level. Let's see how well it can drive these. Okay. Okay, we have our results. Now, if you know your headphones, you know these AKGs are kind of notorious to be difficult to drive, but this guy can drive them no problem. Now, to give you a frame of reference, the Sennheisers, to get them at a level that, in my opinion, is what I normally would listen to music at, they're sitting right around 12 o'clock. Now, to get the same level on the AKGs, as you'll notice on the knob here, I got this guy up to like 2.5, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, somewhere in between there. It can drive them without issue, but you just got to turn it up louder. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't have headroom, because these knobs can go all the way down to about 5 o'clock. So I've got plenty of headroom, and it gets much louder. So here, I'll turn it up. I mean, I'm sure the lav mic will pick that up. Yeah, it works super well. So as you saw when I put them both on my head, I can actually have both cans on the head, and I had the levels set to being nearly identical. And yeah, this thing, no loss of fidelity. The more cans I plug in, it maintains the signal fidelity. You just have to have something with an adjustable level output so you can get the impedance and the input level correct. What do I think of this device? Overall, it's a perfect device if you need more headphone outputs. So who would need more headphone outputs? This is primarily geared towards musicians, people like that, but I could definitely use it, like I said, for A being headphones. So to do like an audio shootout, it's fantastic because you have 4 outputs and you can assign the levels like I just did to give you a reference point. So I can actually hear A, B, what these different headphones offer, which is something that, yeah, you could do before, but then you got to adjust the level because each headphones are different to drive and it's a whole thing. Plus, the nice thing is if you're a musician and you've got a mixer like this UR242 down here and you want to record with another musician, you don't just want to track your part, and let's say you want to do it in the privacy, like you got an apartment or something and you don't want to annoy your neighbors, you can invite your other guitarist over or your bassist or whomever else needs like a DI box to go straight in or from like an amp sim or something like that, and you could have multiple people listening in to see and critique your work. So if you're recording something, you're like, yeah, that's super awesome, and someone's like, nah, that's a bad take. You don't have to swap headphones. There's none of this like, here, give it a listen, what do you think? Oh no, you should track it again, that's not a good take. It really simplifies things for that. And for 22 bucks, if you're looking for something just to give you more headphone outputs, go for it. If you're looking for something to do more advanced audio routing, like one in and then split that out to another source, you know, another PA system out to another thing, I would advise against that. Again, just because you need to have something that has a, you know, mixer in. Now you could go from a mixer out, from like an actual console mixer out into the headphone and then back out as a return, but you're getting really messy with things. So score, scale of 1 to 10, I gotta give this thing 10. So if you guys found this video super useful or found it resourceful or funny or whatever, just go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and as always, I appreciate it, guys. Have yourselves a great day and take care. I'll see you later. Bye.